Ooh, motorbike privilege. Don't go in the bike box. That's naughty. There's Matt Robinson. That was what the chances? That was a journalist I know who lives in the Midlands-ish somewhere, but there's a Lexus car launch happening in my hometown, it feels like. Lots of new electric Lexuses on Belgian number plates. They stick out like a sore thumb. What are the chances? Lexus friend. Hello, hermaphrodites and lovely people of the internet, the best audience a YouTube channel could wish for. Welcome back. Thank you for being so friendly and liking and subscribing and generally putting up with my nonsense. It's lunchtime, it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm meant to be working, and I sort of am working because I need to take the Hypermotard 950 for a bit of a test ride, because through a thing we're doing at work, I've had a tracker fitted to it. So tracker is obviously a thing which is hidden on the bike and will tell you where it is. So if it gets nicked, the police should be able to find it and recover it to me. And there's an app on my phone, and I just can't test it without actually moving the bike and using the bike. So that's what I'm doing, and it's lunchtime, so guess where I'm going, given that I like shitty fast food. Yeah, McDonald's. Whee! Actually, the weather has been so atrocious lately. It's been wetter than an otter's pocket in bukkake season. Otter bukkake season, that is. Obviously, I think otters do bukkake of their own. Yeah, the weather's been atrocious, but I looked out and it looks like it's dried up a little bit. So yeah, thought I'd take the bike, get out and about. Also, just it's nice that autumn is here. I spoke about this before. Autumn is a lovely season, the air is nicer, everything's just a bit cozier. I've bought a new coat with a fake sheepskin collar because, well, frankly, I'm at that stage of my life. But yeah, it just means that you sit in the house a bit cooped up, which is fine. I don't mind sitting around the house with the rain falling outside with a book curled up on the sofa like some kind of cliche person. But yeah, not getting out on the bike for a week and a half. I've noticed it. I felt a bit, I don't know, just a bit cooped up really. So it's nice to get out and dust off some mental health cobwebs and feel a bit better about things. So yeah, you joined me on a bit of a boring ride to my local McDonald's, which is actually quite far away. It's near a place called Red Hill, where the hills are red, and that's where the hospital is. That's all I know it as. It's where you go to give birth. Obviously I didn't give birth. I have a lady to do that. The lady that I love very much. There's some sheep that are saving me from my slightly sexist hole that I'm digging. Lovely sheep. So yeah, I've not been out on the bike much. Dropped a Harley video last weekend. Hopefully that's useful even if you're thinking of buying a Harley Livewire. And if you are, then well done. Can I have some of your spare money, please? I've got some interesting bikes coming. I always speak about this, but you know, that time is drawing near that I finally get to try the Triumph Moto 2 Daytona. And I've not... oh, sorry. A Triumph Moto 2 Daytona. This is going to be a bike that's quite close to my heart, just because I used to love my Daytona 675. And I've read some mixed reports on it, so it'd be good to give you the proper opinion of it. But yeah, I'm still just loving life with the Hypermotard now that I don't have to worry about the rev limit. Ooh, petrol station's reopened with a Waitrose. Get in, Surrey. Excellent news. Yeah, so I just feel a bit more free on the bike now. I'm still enjoying it. But yeah, the day job has been busy. Lots of car stuff. I drove to Wales and back last week. I had to be in Wales for 9 AM, so that was like a 3.5 hour drive, and it was only for a 3-hour event, so I spent 7 hours driving for 3 hours with a car, which is fine. It was the new Jeep Renegade Hybrid, so a bit of an odd one, but it was an excuse to do some off-roading. and just to get out and see Wales, which was completely fogged in and, you know, wetter than an incredibly moist thing. So yeah, and what else? There's something else new about the Rolls-Royce thing. The video of the new Rolls-Royce Ghost is on my car channel now. It's very, very unprofessional, as hopefully you would expect from me. I ended up going to the toilets at Rolls-Royce's Goodwood HQ and doing a little review of the toilets. Spoilers, they have a corporate bidet, which is fantastic for anyone that needs to cleanse their bottom hole. But yeah, things I thought were getting quiet in the car world, but I've just had a load of invites to various international events to drive new Fiat 500 that's electric. That will be in Italy, flying out and back in the same day. Can't whinge too much though, can I? Get to travel for work, as if it does happen, will be quite nice. And possibly going to Munich for a couple of days to hear about the future of BMW und Mini, yeah? And I've actually, I think, I'm going to be driving a Mini for 6 months. A Mini Clubman, that's the estate one with the kind of barn doors. That's the Countryman. The Clubman is the low, long one. The JCW, which is 306 horsepower and 4-wheel drive. Basically like a Golf R for, you know, stylish people like myself, he says, wearing really muddy textile trousers because it's just a bit cold and I don't want to get my jeans wet. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. The world seems to, you know, it's like an onion of madness. You keep peeling back layers and, oh god, something weird's happening. Oh my god, what's Donald Trump doing? He's just tweeting Space Force. Everyone's gone a bit insane, and yeah, you should all be out doing some exercise or riding motorbikes just to stop your brain turning to a depressed, rotten apple. Right, I think I'm within sniffing distance of some nuggets. Always sniff your nuggets before you eat them, just to make sure they're chicken and not gold. That would hurt your teeth. Nah, I think it's left up here. I only ever drive up here when I'm pregnant, and I'm not going to hospital now. I'm going to the hospital of feelings, aka McDonald's. Can you repair my broken heart with a McChicken sandwich? I think it's this way. I could be wrong. I was going the wrong way. What a knob. So easy to do U-turns on this. Yeah, there is one other thing I want to pick your brains about actually. Obviously I've only run a single GoPro because I'm a penniless journalist, apart from buying a nice Ducati. I'm thinking of getting a GoPro Hero 9 to go there and to look at me, so you can see my face and my deeply uncool transparent visor. I've heard some good things about the Hero 9. I've kind of gone on and off GoPros over, well, since the Hero 1, in fact, the HD. But apparently the 9 is a good step up with that little front screen for framing your shots and various other little bits and bobs. Quite interested in the horizon leveling. I've got a friend in America who flies, and he put one on the outside of his plane, and it basically can keep the horizon level digitally up to 45 degrees. It looked quite cool. I thought that might be quite good. I don't think I'm going to lean this more than 45 degrees ever unless I fall off it. So yeah, if any of you have got Hero 9s, let me know how you're getting on with it. I know GoPro is all about their subscription model these days, trying to get you to pay £5 a month to cover your GoPro against death. And I do that because I use mine a lot for car stuff, and it does get stone chipped to buggery. But you also get £100 off the GoPro Hero 9 if you do that subscription thing, so I'll get it for 330 quid. So yes, do let us know if you've got one and what you think of it in terms of motorbikey stuff. For motorcycle pornography needs, use GoPro Hero 9. Yeah, I am still absolutely loving Hypermotard life. Like, even if you're not even if you're not riding it like an arse and pulling wheelies everywhere. It's just actually a really, really good daily bike for nipping out for lunch at McDonald's and things like that. It's very easy to ride. It's nice and tall so you can see over everything. Suspension is pretty pliant for what it is. Obviously it's very long travel, but considering how controlled it is and how much confidence it gives you in corners, it's not uncomfortable. And it just always puts a smile on your face, even if you're not, you know, got the wheel up there somewhere. It's just lovely. It's not too much power. You can actually rev it out in a couple of gears, and that's all good. Right, that's not the entrance. Oh, so this McDonald's actually open. There's a bit of a queue. Pewdie pew, got a queue. I'm not going to do the drive-through. Oh, there's a police motorcycle. I wonder if they're doing bike safe. Oh, should I park with them? Oh, I'll park with them. Oh, it's a blood bike. I'm going to sit outside and eat my food. Lulu, let's get nude. Let's go and get some food, people. And hopefully this doesn't get stolen. One underrated benefit of motorbiking is you're usually wearing sensible waterproof clothes, so it just chucked it down. This is all wet. No one's sitting out here. I don't care. I'm not going to get a wet botty. That means I don't have to be cooped up in there with all the COVID and the stupidity. Important things, the bike is still there, but even more importantly, the mozzarella dippers. Out in my mouth. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, I've consumed my filth mostly, apart from chips, and chips are just filler. Anyone that says otherwise is wrong. Yeah, I mostly came to test the Tracker app. You're not going to be able to see this, or you're probably not going to be able to hear me either, but they're about to replace this with an all-new app. But this one seems to do the job. It can very quickly show me where my bike is, which is in McDonald's, where I am, which is good. So that's working. It can also show me all the journeys I've done. So there we go. In those I've come home, come here, gone the wrong way up the road. Oh no, gone the wrong way up the road over here, and then back down to my final destination. So yeah, the Tracker is working. And yeah, they're about to replace this app with an all-new swanky one in November, so I'll be able to show you that then. It also tells you the crime area statistics where you are in case you're in an unusual place. It reckons this is a low-risk area, and given the absolute scum and villainy that I've just seen in this McDonald's, that's a lie. My food's cold, my chips are cold. One thing I'm not so sure on is it reckons my battery is dying on my bike, and it's not, because I've had it on an Optimate for the past 3 days, so that's not correct. Right, I've got mayonnaise around my mouth. I'm quite a messy eater, to be honest, so I'm probably covered in chips and barbecue sauce, and I might have a mozzarella stick stuck up my nose without realising it. I'm going to ride home and have my meeting with my boss, and I've only got half an hour to get there. Bye. Faff, faff, faff. Still rocking the summer gloves because I've got heated grips. Best invention ever on a bike. And if you've got heated grips and bar muffs, these things here, then you can pretty much wear summer gloves all year round. You don't have to get those silly hand condoms that you see all the couriers wearing. Time to go home and be told off by my boss for slacking on motorbikes. I'm a little bit sad that I've not had the chance to go on a big motorbike road trip this year. I'd love to have gone over to the Dolomites and eaten my body weight in pasta and put the suspension of this bike to the test with some pizza in my belly. But hey, it's kind of why I bought this, I guess, because I knew I wasn't going to be doing any long trips, and I just wanted something I could cheer myself up with at home, and it's working. I'm getting the odd pop on downshifts now, which is quite nice. Through the autumn leaves and the beautiful scenery of Red Hill. with its dubiously low crime rate. So I think I came this way the first day I picked this bike up from Medela. I think I did my first wheelie down there. Accidental. I don't do deliberate wheelies. If you've not watched it yet, do check out, unrelated comment, do check out 44 Teeth's legal corner series of videos with White Dalton, the biking lawyer people. There's lots of really fascinating stuff about how you would get done by the police for doing wheelies, and also wearing helmet cameras was their latest episode. They talked about the legalities of it. And what I didn't know, that in English law, I think is English law, if the police stop you and you've got a GoPro attached to your bike, they can take that from you. You can't really argue. If it's attached to you, like this one on my helmet, they can't take it without a warrant, unless they're a bully and they just say, yeah, I'm going to take it off you, and you know, deal with it after. But I thought that was quite interesting. So you're going to incriminate yourself on a camera that's attached to you, not the bike. Ow! Fucking hell, that was an acorn! I just got bombarded by an acorn. I was only doing 35. That hurt. I love autumn. Don't love that. I got glad it wasn't a conker and it's like spiky shell, like some kind of bombie knocker. Wow, the hidden perils of motorcycling, getting shat on by Mother Nature with her little bum seeds, her little natural butt plugs. That is the acorn. I like the noise of this bike. Still not convinced I need to put an exhaust on it. I know everyone in the comments will now be saying, yeah, you need to remap it and put a full system on it. I'm not going to go down that route again. The full system on this bike doesn't look very good, and it's really expensive, and I have no money. Mercedes X-Class, they didn't make that for very long. That was a Nissan Navara rebadged as a Mercedes. They did it for 2 years and realised, oh god, this is, I don't know what they were thinking really. They've stopped doing it though. But I think they eventually brought out a 3-litre diesel version rather than the boring 4-cylinder. So if you're into your pickups and you've got one of them, let me know in the comments, and Matt Watson will probably go and drag race one. I'm not bitter, by the way. I used to work there. I do not miss it. I do not miss it. Cockshot. I've never realised it's called Cockshot Hill. We've nearly finished filming this porno, but we've still got to get the cockshot. When I was blathering on earlier about the GoPro 9's horizon levelling, I do need it, because every time I take this GoPro off my helmet and put it back on, it ends up at basically 45 degrees. It takes me ages to realise until I edit the video, and you probably don't appreciate being on the wonk, do you, dear viewer? Not that I'm trying to justify the man mass into buying a fancy new GoPro. No, 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 not at all. Hello everyone. So many young people in Reigate. I've only ever been here at the weekend when it's just full of people like me with babies in tow. There's a very good burger shop up here, there we go, called 88 Burger, and it's all kind of like Thai and Asian inspired burgers, so you can get like a satay burger and things like that, and it's really freaking awesome. Would recommend if you're in Reigate. Every time I see one of these DHL vans, it just reminds me of 2 years ago when Forza Horizon 4 came out, because someone made a bunch of skins for the transit van, and when they were driving around a recreation of the north of England and Scotland, they just fitted right in, and it was very pleasing. There's no Forza game this year. There might be next year when the Xbox Series X is out. But sorry, this is not a computer game channel. You came here to talk about, I don't know, to hear me talk about nonsense, McDonald's, motorbikes and trackers. Yeah, what a compelling mix of content. Well, honestly, if you get me to 1,000 subscribers, I'll give you all a hand job. Maybe. Some corners. I like this corner. It makes me happy. I should soil my tenor nappy. What else has been going on in YouTube land? If you follow Baron von Grumble, the original OG motovlogger, as you should, on Instagram, he's just got his hands on a BMW X6M from BMW UK's car press fleet. And I'm half wondering if he's thinking of buying one, because it's a bit gauche, so it probably suits him quite well. But I was chatting to him on Instagram the other day, and he's asking about Bentley Continentals and things, so I sense a luxury wafty car purchase in his future. So yeah, check him out. I mean, obviously you watch him because he's 200 times the size of me physically in real life and virtually on the interwebs. And that's kind of what really got me into watching motorbike videos on YouTube, all the way back in what, 2011 or something, when Baron von Grumble, we hadn't seen his face, we didn't know his name, and he took his GSX-R 1000 green laning. I just remember watching that and thinking, this guy is a lunatic, this is just going to cost him lots of money. And I think it did, but it also catapulted him to YouTube fame. So there, go and check him out on Instagram as well. And anyone that says I sound like him or I'm imitating him, it's not deliberate, it's just I say things and he says things in a vaguely similar way. Oh, excuse me, madam. This has always got the most immaculately looked after grass in the world. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's always just like a solid layer on a cake. It's like someone's iced the grass, or put frosting on it if you're American. But you know, that horrible plasticky roll it out kind of icing, not the good buttercream shit. So anyway, it's definitely been enough waffling. Thank you for tolerating this content, coming along on a lunchtime ride with me to McDonald's. Wasn't that exciting? No. But I'll see you soon, hopefully in the future. Probably riding some different bikes, and I'll get me to 1,000 subscribers. And remember, hand jobs for all. Unless, I don't know, I don't want to. I probably don't want to. Bye! Look, autumn's come to my bike. There's an autumnal leaf stuck in my screen. Goodbye, leaf. Whee!